Hello everyone, this is Mohan Kumar. Today I shall be presenting a talk on nucleus, its structure and components and the functions. So the nucleus is a specialized organelle that contains double layered membranes with pores. And here is a photomicrograph of two primary oocytes which has darkly stained bodies called as nucleus. The plural term is nuclei, and each of these nucleus further adds a heavily darkly stained body called as nucleolus. We shall describe what nucleolus is later in other slides. And also we have some scattered chromosomes which are condensed and show some sort of significant coloration. So, the main function of the nucleus is to govern cell activities and to carry genetic information to pass to the next generation. This is why we call nucleus as the brain of the cells. And nucleus is a key feature that distinguishes eukaryotic cells with prokaryotic cells, because prokaryotic cells will not have a membrane bound nuclear structure as we see in eukaryotes. Instead, the DNA would be hanging around on the plasma membrane of the prokaryotes like bacteria and archaea. The double membrane system of the nuclear envelope, that is outer membrane and inner membrane, though not clear, can be observed in this electron micrograph. And you can see some gaps between the nuclear envelopes which are called as nuclear pore. These pores are like channels which would allow the transportation of molecules such as RNA and proteins between nucleus and cytoplasm. The darker region next to the nuclear envelope is the heterochromatin. This is the one, which is tightly packed form of DNA. The genes located in the tightly packed form of DNA are less active in the transcription. They do not express. In contrast, the genes located in the euchromatin, which are lighter regions in the electron microscopic image as we see here, are more active in transcription, this part. And you also see nucleolus here. And there are many exceptions in biology to this structure. Like we see in case of Paramecia, a single-celled organism has two nuclei. One is macronuclei, another one is micronuclei. Again, micronuclei here in this Paramecia example is two in number. The micronucleus, this one, is actually diploid and contains all Paramecium's DNA. This DNA is passed from one generation to another generation during reproduction, whereas the macronucleus contains a subset of DNA from the micronucleus. These DNA fragments are copied from the micronucleus because they carry genes that are frequently needed by the Paramecia for housekeeping function. So genes in the macronucleus are actively transcribed to mRNA and then translated to proteins. So the macronucleus is polyploid and contains multiple copies of each chromosomes, sometimes up to around 800 copies. So as I said, the double membrane structure of nuclear membrane. So it is a complex structure, consists of two nuclear membranes separated by a perinuclear space. Perinuclear space measuring around 20 to 40 nanometer. Underlying the nuclear lamina, the nucleus is surrounded by a system of two concentric membranes called as inner nuclear membrane and outer nuclear membranes. The inner and outer nuclear membranes are joined at nuclear pore complexes. So in this picture we see this pore complex here. So they are joined at pore complexes. The outer nuclear membrane is continuous with the endoplasmic reticulum. So the space between the inner and outer nuclear membrane is directly connected with the lumen of the endoplasmic reticulum. It is functionally similar to the membranes of ER, that is endoplasmic reticulum. Again, the outer membrane is functionally similar, and as ribosomes bound to its cytoplasmic surface, but protein composition differs lightly as they are enriched in proteins which binds to cytoskeleton. Whereas the inner nuclear membrane carries proteins that are specific to nucleus, such as those that bind to lamina. So the critical function of the nuclear membrane is to act as a barrier that separates the contents of the nucleus from the cytoplasm. Like other cell membranes, each nuclear membrane is a phospholipid bilayer permeable only to small non-polar molecules. Other molecules are unable to diffuse through this bilayer. Nuclear pore complex. Nuclear pore complexes are the only channels through which small polar molecules, ions and macromolecules can travel between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. So they are responsible for selective traffic on the proteins of the proteins and RNAs between the nucleus and cytoplasm. And the complex is extremely a large structure of protein which is around 30 times the size of a ribosome, with a diameter of about 120 nanometer. In vertebrates, the nuclear pore complex is composed of 30 to 50 different pore proteins called as nucleoporins, most of which are present in multiple copies. Nuclear pore complex consists of an assembly of 8 spokes, like this we see here, 8 spokes, arranged around a central channel in an octagonal symmetry. So this picture is a cut section of the nuclear pore. The spokes are connected to the rings at the nuclear and cytoplasmic surfaces, and the spoke ring assembly is anchored within the nuclear envelope at sites of fusion between the inner and outer nuclear membranes. The protein filaments extend from both the cytoplasmic and nuclear rings, forming a distinct basket-like structure on the nuclear side. It's a basket-like structure, but there are protein fibers extending from both cytoplasmic and nucleoplasmic side. Nucleoplasm. The internal granular part of the nucleus is actually called as nucleoplasm. So just like the cytoplasm, nucleoplasm contains many different substances such as DNA, proteins and nucleotides that facilitates the proper functioning of the nucleus. So the nucleolar components such as the chromatin threads and the nucleolus remain suspended in a transparent semi-solid granular and slightly acidophilic ground substances called as nucleoplasm or nuclear sap. It is also called as karyolymph. And it is composed of mainly the nuclear proteins that also contains other organic and inorganic substances. Example, nucleic acids, proteins, enzymes and minerals. The most common nucleic acids of the nucleoplasms are the DNA and RNA. Proteins present in the nucleoplasms are of two types. Basic proteins are histones that are rich in arginine, lysine and histidine, and non-histones are acidic proteins that include different phosphoproteins. Most important nuclear enzymes are DNA polymerase, RNA polymerase, NAD synthetase, nucleoside triphosphatase, nucleoside phosphorylase, aldolase, enolase, pyruvate kinase, so on and so forth. The nucleoplasm contains several inorganic compounds like phosphorus, potassium, sodium, calcium, and magnesium. Nuclear matrix. If lipids like histone and non-histone proteins and DNA fibers are removed totally from the nucleus, so the DNA fibers are removed and histones and non-histones are also removed. So what remains out of after that is what is called as nuclear matrix. So it is composed of network of thin proteins containing fibrils crisscrossing through the nuclear space. This insoluble fibril or network is called as nuclear matrix. So it serves as more than a skeleton to maintain the shape of the nucleus or a scaffold on which loops of chromatin are organized. So chromatin organization as well. So it serves as more than a skeleton to maintain the shape of the nucleus. So it also serves to anchor much of the machinery that is involved in various activities of the nucleus, including transcription, RNA processing and replication. So this is about nuclear matrix. Chromatin, most important structure present in the nucleus. It is a thread-like structure present floating in the nucleoplasm or sticking onto the nuclear membrane as chromatin, and the chromatin is made up of DNA and histone proteins. DNA is a large molecule that is condensed into a small space with the help of histone proteins. A human cell contains about 3-meter long DNA in its nucleus. A single cell would contain DNA. If you stretch it from one end to the other end, it would stand almost 3-meter long. When the cell is not dividing, the DNA is present in the form of chromatin. However, during cell division, this thread condenses and form a chromosomes, as we can see in this picture. Otherwise, if you go up, the DNA is a double helical structure and winds around histone molecules to compact itself in various fashion, in various degrees, to finally form a chromosome. The number of chromosomes is specific in every species and stores all the genetic information that is required for the existence of that animal. For example, a human cell contains 48 chromosomes while 8 chromosomes are present in a fruit fly. Nucleoli. Every eukaryotic cell contains one or more spherical colloidal acidophilic bodies called as nucleoli. And nucleolus, it is associated with nuclear organizing chromosome. It's also called as nuclear organizer, representing the secondary construction. So the nucleus is not bounded by any limiting membrane like nucleus. So chemically it contains DNA of nuclear organizer, 4 types of rRNAs, 70 types of ribosomal proteins, RNA binding proteins, RNA splicing nucleoproteins, and all that It also contains certain inorganic ions called as biomolecules like phospholipids, enzymes, and calcium ions. So nucleolus is the site of ribosome biosynthesis. It is a factory where the synthesis of ribosomal RNA or rRNA takes place. And also assembly is also within the nucleolus. So nucleolus disappears during mitosis and reappears at the next interphase. So during cell division, there is no specific region within the nucleus called as nucleoli. So nucleoli would completely disappears. Coming to the functions of the nucleus, it involves in the protein synthesis and growth of the cell. It controls cell division. During cell division, chromatin material is converted into chromosome and these chromosomes are divided into two new daughter cells. It also maintains cellular metabolism by controlling the synthesis of enzymes. The ribosomes produced in nucleoli and mRNA from gene transcription work together in the nucleus to produce proteins. It controls the transcription of DNA, that is, the transcription is the synthesis of mRNA from the gene. It stores information about hereditary traits. All the information about hereditary traits is stored in DNA, which is present in the nucleus. DNA replication takes place in the nucleus in a localized manner, and it separates the nuclear process from the cytoplasmic process, which is important for the regulation of gene expression and metabolic processes. So these are the functions related to the nucleus. For any doubts, you can reach me personally or you can also leave a comment in YouTube. Thank you.